Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. I really like playing with this sort of classic and overlapping look, and I was really happy with the amount of concentric circles and connections I was able to make, which is actually pretty tricky to do in the script because you can make connections only with these letters here and figure out where they can link up with other words, because this shallow divot, like this one here, is what I used to make this overlap here and here, and sometimes a word doesn't have any of those overlapping letters, and then like this one, this is the word and, I just leave it kind of empty right here and have the sentence circle do the heavy lifting for overlapping the design. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to reading this. So you read each word starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time, and that's noted here. And consonants are made by combining these different letter stems with modifiers. So if we look here, our first letter, let me actually scooch this up a smidgen. Yeah, we don't need that stuff. We'll just put that there. Okay, so here's our first word, and this deep divot here matches that deep divot there. So that means our letter's in this row. And then we have to look at what modifiers this has. And to do that, we follow that line and we count all of the lines that end on it. So line modifiers count where they end on a letter stem, and they can curve and loop. So this one loops around and connects up to the same letter twice. So that would be two lines ending on it, making it in this column. So deep divot, 2 lines, that makes it an H. And then we have this vowel, and it's a little circle. Vowels are little guys, and an A is outside our word circle. So we have, let me change, whoa, that. Okay, so an A is outside our word circle, and that makes that an A. And then we have this shallow divot here. So a shallow divot, like this one, means it's a letter in this row, and there are no lines that end on it, and there's also no dots, so that makes it a T. And then we have this last letter here, and that is a circle on the line of the word circle. So that would be an E. So bottom counterclockwise, we have the H, and then the A, then we have the T, then we have the E. So hate is that word. Okay, now we have this word. It's another vowel, just like those two, and this one has a line going inward, so that makes it an I, like that green one there. So we have the I, and then we have this shallow divot, so this shallow divot here, and it's got 3 lines ending on it, so that makes it in this column, because 1, 2, 3 lines. So we have the S, so bottom counterclockwise, this is the I, and then this is the S, so is. And then we have an A outside our word circle, A, and then we continue around. Here we have this circle inside the word circle. And there are 1, 2, 3 dots, and these 3 dots would count on the consonant that it's closest to that doesn't have any lines. So that's noted here. Count on the closest consonant stem without any lines. So this one has lines, so it can't count there. So they all 3 have to count there. So that puts it in the 3 dot column, making it an L. And then we have this shallow divot here with 1, 2 lines attached to it. Shallow divot, 2 lines is a W. And then we have another A, just like that A. And then we have a circle on the line of the word circle. So this stem, and with 2 dots, that makes it a Y. 1, 2 dots, Y. And then here we have 1, 2, 3 lines on a shallow divot. So it's another S, just like that, S on is. So bottom counterclockwise, A, L, W, A, Y, S, always. And then we have this big word here. So here we have our first letter. It's another deep divot, just like that one. And it's got this thick line. Those are vowels attached to it, a thin line and another thick line. So that would make it an F with 3 lines. 3 lines is an F. And then we have those circles here. Those are 2 of the same thickness, so same thickness as the same letter, and they're both vowels because they're way smaller than the consonant that it's attached to, plus it's attached to the consonant, and it's attached to it like a bead on a string, so like this one here. So that brown one matches those 2 vowels there, and that brown one is an O, so that would be a double O. And then we have this circle inside the word circle, and it has 3 dots. So that would make it an L. So even though these 3 dots get kind of close to the F has lines on it, so it can't count here. This L has no lines on it, just the line passing through on the I. So we have the L, and then the I attached to it, so that would be Li. And then we have this shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it, so that would be another S. And then we have another deep divot with 1, 2 lines, so that would be an H. So just like that, H. So then bottom counterclockwise. And consonants are read before vowels, so that's why we have the F before the double O. Then we have the L before the I, and then the S, and then the H, so that's foolish. And I'm really happy with the effect of this kind of background circle I made with the divot stems and the lines on them. So that would be foolish. And then we have our next word here, bottom counterclockwise. The very first letter we actually hit is this A here, just like that, always. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. So in the 4 dot column, and it's a deep divot, so that would be an ND. So then, so then we grab the A before the ND, because bottom counterclockwise, A before the ND. And now we have this word. We have a circle inside the word circle, so we're in this row, and it's got 3 dots, so that's another L, just like in always. So L, and then it's got an O attached to it, just like that O in foolish. And then we have a V, a shallow divot with 1 line modifier on it, so that shallow divot 1 line makes it a V. And then we have an E, just like, have I not done any regular E's yet? Nope, I haven't. An E is a circle on the line of the word circle, just like that one there. Let's go ahead and mark it. So, bottom counterclockwise, L-O, V, E, bottom counterclockwise. And then we have this word, which is the same as that word. It's another is. So there's the I. And I write these pretty much exactly the same. I just did some different line thicknesses, which the line thicknesses, unless you have letters that are stacked, don't matter. So I, then the S, and then we have always. Here's another A, here's another L, here's another W, just like this W with 2 lines, and then another A, another Y, and another S. So again, bottom counterclockwise, here's the bottom, A, L, actually we'll put that here, A, L, W, A, Y, S, always. And then we have this last word, a shallow div with just 1, 2 lines ending on it. It's important that this line goes all the way through, so that would be a W, and then the I is attached to it, and I has a line going inwards, and then another S, 1, 2, 3 lines on it, just like this S and that S in is. So the W-I, S, and then the E. So yeah, that is that design. I hope you like it, and I hope that this explanation video made a little bit of sense, and I hope you understand a little bit of how this says what it says. So yeah, that's that. I hope you like it. Bye.